go knight f6. Okay, we got a main line. Let's go g6. Let's play a King's Indian. Let's go for King's Indian. See what he goes for. Knight c3, bishop g7, d5 with transpose, or not transpose, d5 is the Grunfeld. We could play the Grunfeld, to be fair, and just see what happens. But let's stick to our guns. And let's go for the King's Indian. e4, d6. Knight f3 is main. Let's see. Okay, we got bishop e2. This is not bad. If he goes knight f3, it's going to transpose. Maybe he's going for h4, h5 immediately. But I don't think we worry about that. Yeah, this is a good position. So he goes bishop e3 here. Bishop e3. Yeah, I see what he's going for. He wants to prevent knight g4 with bishop e2. It's playable. He wants to go bishop e3, queen e2 as quickly as possible. Let's go e5. e5 looks correct to me. To me, e5 just looks correct. We're striking in the center. We're already castled. Black isn't castled yet. So the opening of the center can only really benefit me. And if he tries to close it down, then he's given way to the c5 square. We can play probably then a5 and then rotate our knight to c5. He does go d5. Okay. So the immediate knight d7 I don't like because it gives him b4. It gives him b4 and then a5 is just met with a3. I see a tactic which is incredible. I see an incredible tactic. After he goes queen d2, we can take on e4, I think. After knight d4, we press with f5. He moves away with his knight, and then we go f4, and we trap the bishop. I think we go a5 here. Let's go a5. Prepare to rotate, and yeah, if queen d2, knight d4. I think that's going to work. And then after knight takes f5, we press this down his throat. I think we're doing quite well there. I think we're doing very well there. Okay, so he actually goes c5. c5 I didn't expect at all. c5 I did not expect. Knight d7 I quite like. If takes, he does get knight b5. That could be annoying. Takes, knight b5. Although knight b5 would take on e4. No. The move is knight d7 here. This is just the move. No, my position is okay. I mean, he takes, so we have to take back here, of course. Does he go queen d2? Let's see. The move knight f3 is actually quite annoying. Because knight f3, we can't go knight c5. Because just bishop takes, pawn takes, and then my e5 pawn hangs. My e5 pawn hangs. Although in that position... in that position, maybe we have some like knight e4. I'm not sure though. Knight f3, knight c5. Okay, he goes queen d3. Queen d3 I didn't expect. I don't really know what queen d3 does. I don't really know what queen d3 does. I think after knight c5, he wants to go like queen c4 perhaps. Maybe he wants to go for like queen c4. That's what I can imagine. Yeah, that's probably what he's going for here. So, we don't have to rush with knight c5. I think this is actually a bit of a mistake. Rushing with knight c5 I think is a pretty big mistake. So knight c5, bishop c5, dc5. Somehow the center is very loose and we don't have the firepower to like rotate our knight, but we don't have enough time. I feel like we're still not developed. So I think we need to prepare knight c5 with a move like queen c7. If we invoke rook c1, this is by no means bad. Because now we can't castle queenside anymore. Another move which I think is quite good is like b6. b6 is actually a phenomenal move, I think. Maybe not. b6 is interesting. b6 is actually interesting. Trying to go knight c5 while also going bishop a6. I quite like b6, you know. If he goes in with knight b5, well then we go knight c5. Let's go b6 here. Let's go b6. Bishop a6, knight c5, rook ac. Our position flows. Our position does flow on the queen side. He's still not castled, which is a bit strange. He's playing this very unusually. I don't really know what to do. It's a bit of a strange system he's playing here. He hasn't played knight f3 yet. Okay, finally he plays knight f3. It's about time. Yeah, let's go knight c5. Because knight c5 forces the bishop trade and it gives us bishop h6. Let's go knight c5. Let's go knight c5. This seems correct. This seems correct to me. This is forced. This trade is literally forced, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So we don't take with the d pawn, of course, because you blunder this. Take with the b pawn. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, it's an interesting structure. It's an interesting structure, but I think we're the ones who benefit. I think we're the ones who benefit here. We have the bishop pair. Let's not forget we have the bishop pair. Now, all we need to do here is open the board. Okay, this move is not good, I don't think. This move is very, very weak in my opinion. I don't know what he's doing with this move. Maybe he wants to go a4. Okay, maybe it's actually not bad. Maybe it's not bad. I think he wants to go a4. So if we go like bishop a6, he goes a4 and he just solidifies everything. For this reason, I quite like to move a4. Let's not forget, the position is extremely closed. It's very hard for him to like attack us, if that makes sense. I really like this move a4. Because then we're threatening bishop a6, rook ab. Let's go a4. Let's go a4. Let's go a4. Just be a little bit tricky. Be a bit annoying. Now, this is the weakness. This is the weakness in our camp. That's just the truth, right? This is our weakness right here, d6. If he wins d6, we're going to lose the game. Because then my whole pawn chain falls. And then all my pawn chain falls, these pawns become isolated. It's just not good. So we under no circumstance can give him this pawn. We cannot give him this pawn. I think a4 is a very good move. He wanted to go a4. He wanted to go a4 and solidify. And we're just not giving him this. Next is bishop a6. Queen a5 is also a good move. So he castles here. That's expected. Yeah, so here bishop a6 I like a lot. If bishop a6 we're threatening to take and then just take on e4, I love that. There's no need to calculate more than that, to be honest. Let's go bishop a6. Let's go bishop a6. Keep it nice and simple. He has to go maybe like queen c2 perhaps. He might have to go queen c2. He does go queen c2. Taking I don't think is good. I don't think taking is correct. Opposite colored bishops. This taking is completely wrong. Taking is completely wrong. Queen a5. I just don't see any prospects. Queen a5 he can post on c6. No. We're not giving him this. We don't take. This is completely wrong. So queen b6 or rook ab are the only two moves here, yeah? I need to play a bit fast here. So queen b6, knight c3, I suppose. No, queen b6 he can actually maybe even take on a4, no? Queen b6 he can take on a4. Rook ab, queen a4. And then the e4 pawn tax. Okay, so queen b6, queen a4, we take on e4. This is good for us. Queen b6, knight c3. We take the bishop. Yeah, this is best. I think queen b6 or rook b. I don't think it makes too much of a difference. I think rook ab is best, but I don't think it makes much of a difference. No, actually, queen b6 is better. Queen b6 is actually better, so we go rook fb. Queen b6 is better. Queen b6, we force knight c3. We take on e2. And then we go like rook fb, and we just pressure. Yeah, let's go queen b6. This is correct. This is correct. I need to play a bit fast now. This is definitely correct. He goes knight c3. Okay, so now we take the bishop, of course. Yeah, take the bishop, otherwise the pawn falls on a4. Queen takes, okay, sure. Now we actually have the option of going a3, which I love. Rook fb is a lot more solid, I think, yeah. I mean, rook fb, no one's going to question. Let's go rook fb. Keep it nice and solid. Keep it nice and solid here. Just slowly put pressure. Slowly put pressure. That's all we're doing here. Yeah, he blocks. And now I think we slowly instigate with a move like queen a5. We very slowly instigate. Queen a5. We're threatening a3 here. And he can't take, of course, because his knight falls. We slowly instigate, very slowly. No need to do anything crazy. And if we can wedge this pawn, that's just as good. He can't right now because his knight falls. And if he goes like rook fc, well then bishop h6 is coming. We slowly instigate. We very, very slowly instigate. I already see a lot of interesting tactics here. We just slowly instigate. Yeah. I think a3 is very good because this pawn's a bit of a weakness right now. It's yeah. My knight's not doing a terrible job. It's attacking e4. It's doing an okay job. Ideally, it is going to f4. Ideally, my knight is on f4. So if I have time, I'm going to rotate my knight to f4. My bishop, of course, belongs on h6 at some point. Yeah. No, we definitely have the better end of the stick. We definitely have the better end of the stick here. If he goes a3, what do we play? If he goes a3, then probably we just go rook b3, I think. Yeah, then we just go rook b3 and we comfortably double. This is a good move though. Or is it? No, so now we push, right? This move is obvious, I think. Now we push. We just slowly wedge this in his position. Just make a bit of a statement. He can't take for obvious reasons. We're threatening to take. You know what the savage move is? Rook b2, this move is the savage move. Okay. I kind of missed that move. I did kind of miss that move. I'll be honest. Here we have the move queen b4. Oh, we don't have queen b4. Ooh, we've got queen a6, which I think is definitely good. Queen a6 can't be wrong. Queen a6 cannot be wrong. He's threatening this pawn. We have to defend it. We have to go queen a6 here. He's really pressing me on time. It's quite annoying. I don't like it. His knight is very, very well placed here. His knight is very, very well placed here. It's annoying. It is very annoying. His knight is very well placed there. Okay, he takes. This is wrong. I think this is wrong. This is wrong, no? Maybe not. Maybe it's not wrong, actually. Because now he loses his e4 pawn. This has to be better for me, no? Now he loses his e4 pawn. My rooks are completely dominant. I'm threatening a fork on d2. My bishop is coming to h6. Now I'm definitely better. Now black is definitely the one who's the choice here, I would say. If knight c4, his a2 pawn hangs. He does get f3 in that position though, so we do need to be careful. He does get f3 in that position. This move was very bad by him. You cannot take that. He just immediately gave away his pawn on e4. That can't be correct. That can't be correct. Yeah, black's definitely the choice here. 100%. Okay. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Bishop h6 is a move, of course. What's the correct move here? Rook b4 is actually quite a good move, I think. In fact, rook b4 is probably like a grandmaster move, no joke. Because you're preventing knight c4. That's literally all you're doing, and that's all you need to do. Let's go rook b4. I think this is a very, very professional move. Preventing the knight coming to c4 is so professional. Because then there's no pressure on d6. This move is so good, I think. I think this move is so good. If this rook ever moves, immediately rook a3. Okay, f3. I'm not worried about f3. f3 is not dangerous. Here we just slide back. Yeah. Knight f6. And yeah, this is the whole point. There's no knight c4. Imagine the knight coming to c4. My knight has to go to e8. No. We don't allow that here. We don't allow that here. Yeah, bishop h6 is coming. Bishop e3 is coming. Okay. I don't really know what that move does. Ah, he wants to go to b5 perhaps. Perhaps he wants to go to b5. That's a bit annoying. Bishop h6, knight b5. Yeah, that's a bit annoying. We might have to go bishop b3 and like knight e8. That is a bit annoying. We could also just go rook ab. Rook ab is actually very good, I think. We could go rook ab. Let's go rook ab. Let's go rook ab. So now, of course, there's none of this business of him jumping in. We're just going to sack. Yeah, and now my bishop comes to h6. Ideally, my bishop is on d4. We're heading for d4. So this is why king f2 is correct. King f2 is most certainly the correct move, except it's not because this pawn hangs. Now you can actually go rook d2 maybe. Although then, yeah, then comes bishop h6, right? So it's complicated. I don't like the play. I don't like my knight whatsoever. It's very hard for my knight to come into the game. I'm gonna have to go knight h5, knight f4. That's the only way I can see the knight entering the game. We're doing good. We're doing very good here, actually. Yeah, rook d2. So here bishop h6 is of course just the move. He's now gonna have to move on this diagonal. Rook e2 is the best move, not allowing the check on e3. And then we're going to have to think a little bit. Yeah. So I think knight h5 is correct. I think knight h5 is a very good move here. Trying to immediately instigate. I don't see what other moves we have. Knight h5 might go g3, although that is weakening. It's annoying though. Then we rotate to f5 perhaps and rotate our knight. Yeah, let's go knight h5 here. We do loosen up this. Knight h5, maybe he gets knight e4. Oof, that would suck. Knight h5, knight e4. We go knight f4. We could also just bring our king. Let's do that. Let's first bring our king. Let's just keep it simple. Once my king is on e7 or d7, then we can start talking about things to do. His knight coming to e4 is actually a very big threat. This is actually we can't allow this. So knight h5 is actually not so easy because it allows this. Okay, so this is so he goes for it immediately. Of course we take this. Or do we just, if we take this, he takes it. Let's calculate. Knight d5, knight d6. Knight d5, knight d6. A bishop jumps in, check, and it rotates back. That has to be good. This has to be correct. He takes, we check, and we rotate back. There's no way that's wrong. If we take, he goes pawn takes, and I don't see how we make progress. I think we take this pawn. I think it's time. Yeah. Yeah. I like this. I like this a lot now. This was wrong. Knight e4 was wrong. Now we give him this check, and then we post our bishop on d4. We comfortably post our bishop on d4, and then my knight comes to e3 perhaps. Yeah. This is a beautiful position for black. Black is completely in the driver's seat here. Yeah. Now I post our bishop back. Bishop comfortably comes here. Now we're threatening knight e3. Knight e3 is a devastating move, by the way. Let me just say, knight e3 is a devastating move. King e7 is, of course, good. f5 is actually... he can always go actually to see... I kind of missed this move. You can always go... Yeah, he goes for it immediately, actually. Interesting. So the f6 might be the correct move here. We can't take... We can't jump in. We can't go king e7 because we drop the pawn. Yeah, I think we go f6 here. I think f6 is correct. It looks a little bit stupid, but it's actually not bad. Let's go f6 here. My pieces are just much more active than his. His are super passive. My bishop is very nicely posted. I am giving away the d6 square, but what's he going to do with that? Yeah, no, f6 is definitely correct. f6 is definitely correct. My knight can also come to f4. Let's not forget, my knight can come to f4. My knight can come to f4. Yeah. Yeah, I see why he did this. He went knight c4 to like protect rook b2 or bishop b2 for that matter. Okay, that move is very wrong. There's no way that move is correct. Here we already have some very devastating threats here. Also, he just blundered a fork, so that's game. That's game, he just blundered a fork. But yeah, no, this position is dead lost for white. I mean, okay, he's still fighting, which is, yeah. We just take the rook, I suppose. No need to overthink this. Okay. What's the correct move here? We can't go for this fork because knight takes, unfortunately. We can't take here. We just bring our king then, I suppose. Ooh, this is nice. Rook a8 is very nice, actually. I like rook a8. Rook a8, we take, and then we go boom. So rook a8, we're threatening to take, knight takes, then we get in. Wait a second. Rook a8. If we take on a3, knight a3, okay, bishop b2, knight c2. Yeah, takes, we're winning in that position. Let's go rook a8. I think this is correct. Let's go rook a8. The threat is actually quite hidden. The threat is actually very hidden. Rook a3 is a very hidden threat. Rook a3, knight a3, and then bishop b2 is... yeah, that's a bone in the throat right there. That's the definition of a bone in the throat right there. He's probably not going to see it. Yeah, because like if he goes knight c2, well then we just pin him. Right, so knight c2 doesn't work. Knight c2, rook a2. Man. Let's not get too excited here. We've got 2 minutes on the clock. We still need to convert this position, so it's not... We're only up in exchange, so it's not completely won yet. Okay, that's a good move though. That's a very good move actually. Yeah, it takes, then he goes knight takes. It's a bit annoying. Okay, let me just go king e7, I suppose. Let's go king e7. Slowly improve our position here. The problem with white is that he's completely tied down. This is kind of the problem with his position. Okay, he goes all the way back here. We can't sack the exchange. This is actually not so easy. Let's bring our king. This is actually not easy at all. Jesus, this is quite difficult to convert actually. I thought this would be a lot easier. Okay. We actually need a bit of a bit of finesse to win this position. I think we bring our king to d5 for starters. This is always a good start, I think. Let's bring our king in. Oh, he might get in now. Wait a second. Then he gets in, maybe. Maybe then we go f5. Yeah. Let's go f5. Let's disallow the knight coming into e4. Yeah, so he really wants to get that going, but of course we don't give it to him. Now I think the move is actually rook af. We could also go take, take. Take, take. I like rook af. We could also go take, take, rook af. Then his knight jumps in, and then he kind of holds everything with a stronghold. So we don't allow that, actually. We go rook af immediately. Rook af, if his knight jumps in, is this dangerous? His knight jumps in. No, it's not at all. We just bring our king in. Let's go rook af. I need to play a bit faster. I've got 1:16 on the clock. I don't want the same thing to happen as it did in the last episode. We're not losing on time. This game we're winning. We're not losing this game. We're not losing this game. I'm telling you, we're not losing this game. So he takes. Okay, so of course we take with the g pawn, yeah? We could also take with the rook, but no, the g pawn is of course better. Yeah, now he's got no access, which is phenomenal. We're threatening rook g8 here. This move isn't dangerous at all. Knight a5, we just slide our king over to d6 or d5. I don't think it really matters. Yeah. Yeah. Now it's going to be easier. Now we have an opening. So this is already good. Now we at least have an opening. We have something to work with here. Before we didn't have an open file. Now we have an open file. So this of course favors the person with the rooks. a3 is an annoying move. a3 is actually a very good move. If a3, we just slide our rook back. Okay, he goes king. He brings his king in. It's a bit of a weird move. Now maybe we bring our king in. We threaten check or something. I think we bring our king in. I think this is the correct move. Let's bring our king in. We're threatening now e4, which I think is crushing. e4. If his king goes back, then we push again. And if he takes, then we take. And if knight takes, then rook f3. Then we slide in with our rook. And at the end of the line, the knight falls. So I think this is crushing. I think e4 is a crushing move. I think e4 is crushing. Yeah, but you can tell we're slowly pressing him back here. I just need to make sure I don't lose the game. So I'm going to have to focus a little bit. Okay, so now we can push maybe. Take, take. Now we push. Pushing is of course good. In this position, let's push. We take. Now we have an opening. In fact, yeah. In fact, his knight is lost, I think. His knight is literally not lost. He's losing a piece now. Yeah, now it's completely won. He's losing a piece. Either he's losing his knight or he's losing his rook. We bring our rook to f2 check, and he can't defend both pieces. Yeah. LDPO, loose pieces, LPDO, loose pieces drop off. One of the two pieces is going to drop. It's going to soon be GG. Yep. Now his rook falls. If his rook falls, he's going to go check. Look at you. Wait a second. If his rook falls, he's going to give me this annoying check. I'm going to have to win this position somehow. Wait a second. Check. Wait a second. This is actually a bit annoying. If he's a rook, he's not giving up. Oh my god. Okay. Let's just relax here. We can always go e3. No, we can't because he takes. e3. What's the best way to win this? So if he takes, He gives me this check. We slide our king, and then we just have to win this. That's completely winning. That position's completely winning now. Let's just win this. He gives me this check. It is what it is. And we just win this, yeah? So we take, of course knight takes here. And now, what, just king e5 I suppose is best. Don't go here and blunder a fork. King e5 is probably best. Let's go king e5. He takes the rook. And now we just need to win this position. How do we win this position? Well, it starts off by bringing our rook back. And bringing our rook to g2. This is step one. Bringing our rook to g2. This position is definitely won for black, but it has to be played with care. It has to be played correctly. Also, as long as my king and rook are far away, there's no chances for forks. So if his knight ever abandons c2, we're jumping in. In fact, we might go king f4 next move. No, this is 100% one. This is 100% one for me. If I didn't have this pawn on e4, then it would be already a bit difficult. Okay, so let's bring our king up, I suppose. We can give him this check. It doesn't really matter actually. Let's actually go here maybe. Yeah, let's actually go rook a8. This is actually nice. Rook 8. We're forcing him to go a4. And then we just go rook b8. We force his knight into complete passivity. Yeah. Now rook b8. Now he forces knight all the way to a1, which is just hideous. This is just hideous. And once knight goes to a1, then we slowly bring our king. We slowly bring our king. We have two options here. Either we win his pawns, or we just make a queen. I mean, I don't really know what's better. I don't think it makes too much of a difference, to be completely honest. I think the easiest is to go king d3, king d2. But, yeah, he's got no chance of making a queen, like, yeah. We could also just Loki win his knight. Why don't we just win his knight? Boom, boom. We just go boom. His knight is trapped. Wait a second. Boom. Let's go here. If he goes king e3, okay, so now his knight is just trapped. Good game. You just trap your knight, bro. Yeah, he had to go king d1. Now this is resignable. Okay, this is resignable. Bro, this is resignable. Oh my god. How do you want to play this? Rook c8 maybe. We'll just bring our king. Rook c8 is probably the easiest, I suppose. If we take this pawn, he takes this pawn. Rook c8 is the easiest, I think. Rook c8 is the easiest. This kid's not giving up, bro. It's kind of pissing me off, to be honest. Okay. So let's bring our king. Oh, okay. This kid's really not giving up, bro. Like, I'm telling you, you're not winning this position. Okay? At some point, he's going to run out of moves. I mean, he's just going to run out of moves at some point. How do you want to play this? The easiest is probably just to go rook c6. We take... Wait, so rook c6. If he pushes, we win the pawn. And if rook c6, king b5, rook a6, king takes, we take, and we promote. This is easiest, yeah? Rook c6, a7, rook a6 is winning. Rook c6, king b5, rook a6, king takes, and we just push, yeah. Rook c6 is winning. King b5, we take, we just promote. Take, and just promote. Bro, why are you not giving up? Like, you're not winning this position. Why did he not give up? Yeah, now you give up. All right, good game.